But Clan, Zach Collins is a big risk. No, he's not. Okay, what's up, guys? I wanted to talk about Zach Collins for a minute, and I wanted to talk about some of the narratives going around that Zach Collins is a huge risk to the San Antonio Spurs. If you haven't seen, there's many articles out there saying that the Spurs are willing to take risk with Zach Collins. Huge risks. And I don't see it that way whatsoever. So even if we're looking at the contract, and I have many reasons why I like Zach Collins and what I think he brings to the team, but before we get into that, let's just at least look at this. So initially, the breakdown of his contract is $7 million full guaranteed initially. That's virtually nothing in the NBA, okay? Especially for a talented big. And then after that, 50% guaranteed and then 0% guaranteed. So a total guarantee of about 11, under 11 million. That doesn't really seem like a risk to me. Yeah, he's had injuries in the past, but we're the Spurs, baby. All right, another thing I want to talk about is what he brings to the team. So one thing that we've been missing on that bench, or what we're going to be missing on that bench, is a Patty Mills. And you can even see it over here. I believe that's Quincy Pondexter. It's kind of hard to tell. Is that Quincy Pondexter? I don't know if that's Quincy Pondexter. But Quincy Pondexter was a guy that also was a phenomenal teammate. And that's something that we're really going to miss with Patty Mills being gone. That guy on the bench that's going to cheer you on no matter what happens. And Zach Collins is definitely that guy. He's very likable amongst his teammates. He's very charismatic. And I love this clip. He's very charismatic, and he's a guy that is going to cheer you on regardless if he's on the court or not. Now, I know some people have questioned, does he have the Spurs mentality? You know I got you. Check this out. So I found this article, and it's Lillard talking about Collins, but what I really want to talk about is what Collins says after we go over what Lillard says, okay? So this is what Lillard basically said about Zach Collins. He said, I think regardless of which group he's in the game with, I think he's the same. Blah, 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 blah. We can skip all that. Now, this is what I wanted to focus on. Defensively, Zach is one of our best defenders. He's a good rebounder. He's tough, a great defender. He can switch 1 through 5 and have an impact on the game that way. He'll be picking and popping and finding those spots regardless of which group of 5 men he's in the game with. I don't think much changes for him. Now, let's get into the Spurs way, okay? So Zach Collins had this to say. Now, if this doesn't sound like every great Spur, I don't know what does. So I'm going to have to be a star in my role, whatever that is, if I'm starting or coming off the bench, and that's been my motto from day one. You take pride in being a starter, and that's something that I've always wanted to be in this league, and I want to be a starter for the rest of my career. But if me coming off the bench helps us win a championship, I'm 100% in. That is Spurs way, ladies and gentlemen. And I think that's what Zach Collins really brings to this team. He's unselfish. He's charismatic. He loves cheering on his teammates. He pumps up the team. He is going to be a guy that's very fun in practice, and he's going to be a guy that really helps this team get better. And I love his type of mentality. Even though he came into the league with a lot of potential, he never really lost that sight of perspective. He knows that if him coming off the bench helps the team, then he's willing to do it, which is, let's be honest, probably going to happen with the Spurs. So I just don't understand this whole narrative of this being a risk. We already didn't have a big man. We were very short at that spot. So bringing in a guy that, have a little bit of injury history means nothing to me. And what I wanted to go ahead and harp on, and this will be my final point, is boom. This is Rudy Gay. So Rudy Gay, you guys know, had a torn tendon, I believe, Achilles tendon, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but if you can see, even Rudy Gay, we really brought his career back. You can see throughout his entire career, he's been getting over 30 minutes. And as soon as he got to the Spurs, we adjusted it. We gave him more rest. He wasn't starting as much as he was in the past, and we just eased him into it. And even though his stats went down, when you're going less than 12 minutes than before, of course it's going to go down, but he remained efficient throughout. Even the year in which Kawhi Leonard did us dirty, he played very well for us, and he hasn't really missed a beat. I mean, 57 games, 69 games, 67 games, 63 games. He's been there. He's been available, and he's been doing his thing. Now, I'm not saying that he has the exact same body as Zach Collins. Of course not. Like, everybody's body is different. But one thing that has remained consistent is that the Spurs will take care of you, and the Spurs will make sure you are good and ready to play. So I don't think we have much to worry about. I call BS on all these articles saying that we're taking a huge risk on Zach Collins. I don't really believe so. And even if Zach Collins doesn't get to play the amount of minutes that he wish or we wish, at the end of the day, you're paying him $7 million. And on top of it, he is a very great teammate. He will cheer you on regardless, and he will be a guy that you want on your bench, that hype you up, get you ready. And yeah, I'm hyped for it. So I think that this is actually one of the most underrated moves that the Spurs have made this offseason, and I think that it's going to pay dividends for us in the long run. So just let me know what you think. Oh, shameless plug. Once again, if you want to become a Patreon member, all you have to do is go to patreon.com/ClanTheSpursFan. It is $2 per month, only 4 cents a day. We have 16 patrons thus far. I really appreciate the love. I'll get with you guys later. Till next time. Deuces.